When we decide to eat more healthily or even lose some weight, then we certainly have some really good reasons for doing so. I dare say 90% of people even know how they should eat when they need to eat healthy. But the thing is, knowing is one thing and doing is a totally different thing. So it's really hard to put that knowledge into practice, right? Well, my name is Dominika Hanschk and I'm happy that you are here with me to look into this topic. First of all, is there one single diet that works for everyone? If your answer is no, then you're right. There is no single diet that works for every person on this world. Why is that so? Let me draw you a picture. We all have the same genes. And even though we have all the same genes that specify us as humans, we look different. Yeah? So we have black and white people, we have curly hair, straight hair, and we still have the same genes, but we look different. And it's the same way that one person could eat this diet and they lose weight and they look healthy and everything is fine. And another person eating exactly the same diet doesn't look good or doesn't thrive on it. Okay? So, what does that mean for you? Well, it could mean on one hand, oh my goodness, there's only one diet that is right for me and I have to find out myself what that diet is. Are you crazy? Or are you actually more the kind of person, oh wow, what an opportunity. I can find my diet, the diet that's right for me. And then I just follow it step by step by step and I will lose weight, I will look healthy. That's really cool. I can find out myself and that's it. Great. So we have to understand there's no such one diet for everyone. There's just one diet that's right for you. And you have to make the effort to find out what that diet is and then implement it and keep going so that you reach your goal of a better nutrition or losing some weight. Okay, let's get started on this. First of all, to actually go in the right direction, you have to know where you're coming from. So the first thing you should do is evaluate yourself. Look at where you are right now. I want to give you a couple of points you can basically use to evaluate yourself, and I would recommend doing that every month so that you actually know, oh hey, hang on, I'm improving. It's just small steps, but I'm improving, I'm on the right way. So that's cool. So let's look into possible ways of evaluating how you're doing with regards to healthy nutrition. First of all, we just basically discussed this right now. So are you the kind of person that is actually scared making any kind of changes in their nutrition because they don't know what kind of recipes, what should I do, what's healthy? I don't know, I haven't got a clue where to get started. There's so many things I could do and I feel overwhelmed and what shall I do? Okay, that would be one kind of person. The other end of that scale could be, oh wow, here's my plan. I've worked it all out. I need to do step 1, 2, 3, and there we go. I know it's gonna work. I've already got the first experiences that it's gonna be the right thing for me. I just have to implement that plan. Okay, so rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 1, scared, 10, actually being absolutely sure. Here's my plan. Step 1, 2, 3, just follow. Okay, second thing, how to evaluate yourself. How are you with regards to flexibility in food? Are you really inflexible? Basically, come noon, where's my lunch? Or, yeah, I have to have my meal plan 2 weeks in advance. I need to have an exact shopping list. I need this, that, and the other. And if I don't get all the ingredients, I'm really running havoc. There's a problem. Or are you the kind of person, well, the meeting went a little bit longer. It's 2 o'clock now. What shall we eat? The canteen is closed. Oh, I just go to the supermarket. There are some healthy options there. I will work it out. I can handle this. 2 hours without food is not a problem. I know my body can work that one out fine. I just eat a little bit later and I'm still able to choose a healthy option and don't just walk to the next junk food offer that I see on the way. So just rate yourself. Again, 1, I'm not flexible. I really need to have a plan and stick to it. Or 10, I'm actually quite flexible about it because I know what my rules are. I know what a healthy diet is about. And I know that I can cope with situations that throw me off. I can still choose healthy options and find a way to stay on that diet even if some situations arise that catch me off guard. Okay? Third way of evaluating yourself. There are situations that trigger us to have food cravings. Okay? Your boss is coming and he's saying, I need this by noon and that and the other, and did you think about that? And the colleague needs actually that phone call, and that colleague actually wants this, that and the other, and things are just piling up and you're just feeling like, oh my goodness, drawer, chocolate bar. Okay, that's what we call emotional eating. There are situations and the only reaction you have to actually come back into your calm, to actually feel able to react to the situation, is to having some food. Why is that so? Well, when we were little, very little babies, we actually got a hug and the really nice feeling that somebody is looking after us combined with food. Okay, so there's a really close bond between feeling well, feeling loved, and actually having food. The thing is, we are now adults. And the question is, can we use this behavior or this connection in a healthy way? I.e., we are together with friends, night out, having healthy food, enjoying socializing and really having a good time? Or do we actually need this connection every single time when something happens and you're stressed and you're, oh my goodness, you're just having food to calm yourself down? Yeah? So if you're an emotional eater in every respect, then that's a 1. If you have actually other coping mechanisms, i.e. meditation, breath work, whatever is your kind of way dealing with that, and you feel really confident that you can handle such situations with ease, then that's a 10. Okay? 4th point. What is your motivation like? Do you actually have an intrinsic motivation? Is it coming from within? Why you want to change? Do you have your reasoning? Do you have your idea of what you want to do, why you want to do it, and you really feel this year is my year, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna take the next step, and I'm really having the drive from within to get something done, to actually achieve something? Or do you actually have an extrinsic motivation? Oh, my doctor told me if I don't eat healthy and don't do anything about my blood sugar levels and my hypertension and so on, I'm gonna have a heart attack within 6 months. Ouch. So what is your motivation? Where's your motivation coming from? Is it an outside measure, oh, I have to do this, 1? Or is it something that comes from within? I want to do this, I want to achieve this, I want to get this done. 10. Okay? So just evaluate yourself. And as I said, I would recommend doing that once a month to just see where you're going. Okay? To see, am I developing new skills? Am I going in the right direction? Is this what I'm doing helping me reach that goal? Okay? Now let's come to the second part, which is me giving you 5 tips on how you can actually change your nutrition to a healthy diet and maybe even lose some weight and follow that goal. I really, really encourage you to go for that because I know you can do this. I know you can achieve this. Just have a try. Excuse me. So let me share with you these kind of simple ideas. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to tell you, oh, eat more greens and eat more fruits and do this, that and the other, because as we discussed already, it's not about eat this, eat that, don't do this, don't do that. It's actually 5 tips to look at the surroundings. What is triggering you? What is actually happening when you try and change your nutrition, and how to overcome these difficult situations. Okay? First idea. Have breaks where you are not eating. Breaks? Not eating? Of course I'm doing that. Well, let me explain this a little bit. For example, overnight you're sleeping for, let's say, 8 hours. That's a really cool long break, but what about actually prolonging that time? You've probably heard about it before. What I'm trying to suggest here is, for example, intermittent fasting. Fasting for 16 hours, not eating for 16 hours, and then in the next 8 hours having some food. Don't worry about the 16 hours. The 16 hours have a reason. The reason being that after 16 hours, our body or the cells in our body actually have a process called autophagy, which basically means that the cells have a process where they can clean up, throw out the stuff they don't need, and just regenerate. Okay? And the thing is that our body needs about 16 hours of no food before that process starts. So intermittent fasting works because if you don't have food for 16 hours, you have a daily regeneration process in your cells going on. That's great, okay? And then in the next 8 hours you can eat. And the question is now, how often do you eat? Have you ever looked into this? I actually know about people who manage to have 8 meals per day. Why is that so? Well, we are in a time where you get at any moment in time on every single corner of the street food. Food is everywhere. It's cheap, it's easy to get, and obviously it's easy to eat. And there are enough emotional situations that trigger us to have food. And by far too much. Okay? So if you just go through this example of this person eating 8 times a day, it's really easy. Yeah? They get up, have breakfast. They get to work, second breakfast. Then a colleague comes by, oh, let's have a latte. Great. Then comes lunch. And obviously in the afternoon they have this slouchy feeling, oh, I don't feel energized. Oh, let's have coffee and cookies. They get home, they need a snack because they're really stressed out and they need to calm down. They have dinner with their partner, great stuff, and then in the evening they sit on the sofa in front of the television and have nuts or chips or chocolate. 8 meals! Just imagine, 8 meals! That's definitely not good. It's far too much, okay? So how many meals do I recommend per day? Well, 2 to 3. It depends how much carbs you would like to eat. If you are kind of this low carb person and you feel happy about that, then 2 meals might be right for you. If you love carbs, you probably need 3. Okay? So in those 8 hours, having 2 or 3 meals means I have breaks between meals of 3 to 4 hours. Okay? And yes, a latte macchiato is a meal. It has lots of calories. So in between, there's only water, tea, coffee black. Yeah, I know it's difficult, but try that. It's really, really important. Okay, second idea. Know your trigger points. Okay? We have in life certain situations where we've got a trigger and a reaction. Let me explain by example. Okay? I used to meet my best friend and we would go for coffee and cake or cookies. Okay? It was kind of like really easy going. Best friend, coffee, cookies. And the thing is, we have to realize that this is a learned behavior. Sometime in our life we decided when we see our best friend, we have coffee and cookies. And the good thing is we can relearn, we can change that behavior because it's just a behavior, it's just a learned automatism. Yeah? And our subconscious mind just takes over and says, oh, friend, there. And we can actually decide to do something different. And the way I would recommend you doing this is, first of all, take a piece of paper, write down your trigger points, like meeting a friend. And then, secondly, write down the behavior you want. So for me, when I meet my friend, nowadays, we actually go for a stroll through the park, or we get pampered in a spa, which is not food, okay? And you can do the same. So write down your trigger points and write down the reaction you want to do in future. And here comes the clue. It's really cool. When you reread that, and you really go through it with emotions, how you feel doing this new routine, this new kind of way dealing with that situation, your brain actually can't see a difference between you reading it and feeling it and you doing it and feeling it. Okay? So if you really emotionally read this whole thing and go through it, how does it feel? What do I do next? Etc. And you experience this. It's the same for the brain, like going out with a friend, going for that walk, or having that pampering in a spa. And therefore, you can actually sit down a couple of times per week and just reread this, relive this emotionally, and your subconscious mind knows then, she wants me to do this. I can do that. I know that. I'm good. I'm running this new automatic program. Best friend, spa. Woo! Great. So let's go further with step number 3 or idea number 3. I'm sure you know 1,000 reasons why you sometimes just need to have that bag of chips, or you just need to have that chocolate, and you are in that situation and you're like, oh, come on, I know it's not good for me, but hey, today I can do this, right? Well, stop there for a moment and think. What would a person do that feels exactly the opposite of the way I'm feeling right now? I'm sure you will come up with a solution, and that's the thing you're doing. Okay? So, example, you are standing in the supermarket in front of that bag of chips. I want this really. Think about it. What would a person do that actually feels the opposite, like me right now? Oh, she would grab that apple over there. Let's do that. And here's another thing. Just do the following to actually get into action, okay? Just start counting backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Why is that? Well, scientific research actually shows by counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, we actually get away from our emotions and return our thinking to our prefrontal cortex, which actually allows you to make us a valuable decision and actually do it, okay? So whenever you're in such a situation, think about the opposite and then just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. That's it. Okay, idea number 4. I'm sure that many of you know how you want to look in the future. You have this great picture over there, how you would look with 20 pounds less. You have this great idea in your head, how you would look in this lovely bikini of yours, okay? The thing is, we know where we want to go, but we don't actually look at the path on how to get there. We forget that there will be problems, that there will be obstacles, that there will be situations where we will struggle. And the thing is, I can tell you for sure, there will be struggles, there will be obstacles, there will be problems. But we don't visualize what we're gonna do. We are just looking at that end. And when you've met a couple of problems, let's say 5, and you still haven't reached that goal, what are you gonna do? You give up. So don't just visualize the end, your big, great picture. Visualize the way, visualize the problems, the situations, and decide how you're gonna react in that situation. Example, you've decided to go for a run with your best friend. Your best friend doesn't turn up. What do? Do you take your sports shoes off and just don't go? Or do you actually decide, hey, I'm gonna go anyway because I'm ready, I'm geared up, let's go, it's good for me. Anticipate that the way, the path is difficult. Look at problems, look at situations you might encounter and think about a solution. Because when you hit a problem now, what happens? Well, you actually realize, oh, there's a problem. I knew it would be coming. Great stuff. I know what I'm doing. And the problem itself isn't a problem anymore because you anticipated that something will be coming, that it will be difficult to reach your goal. And because you knew that something would happen and you have actually looked at a possible solution already, you just don't throw your goal away because you know, hey, this is what I'm thinking is happening. It's great. I'm on the right way. Okay. 5th idea that I want to have you look into. So some people or many people don't realize that sleep and regeneration, relaxing is actually important when we want to have a healthy diet and look into losing weight. Why is that? Well, it's scientifically proven. When we eat badly, then we sleep badly. And when we sleep badly, we eat badly. So not sleeping well means I'm making the wrong food choices. And making the wrong food choices leads to me not sleeping well again. And this is a downward spiral that actually leads to, well, a lot of frustration, and it basically stops us following our dream. So think about sleep. You need 7 to 8 hours sleep to regenerate properly. Okay? And also you need breaks during the day, maybe breaks during important tasks. Do you actually get up, get some water, move around, stretch yourself, energize yourself so that you can keep going? When you come home, do you actually get your joints moving again so that you're feeling good, or are you just slouching on the sofa? Just think about it. Do you have some kind of meditation technique or yoga or some other technique that actually helps you to calm down, to regenerate, to be yourself again? This is really, really important, because only if we do this, we make better health choices. And when we make better health choices, it will be easier to do these things. So let's be in that upward spiral. That would be really, really, really great. Okay, let's just recap, because this shall be enough for today. First of all, evaluate yourself. Where are you standing? Where do you want to go? And just look at these points on the evaluation. Do that once a month to actually see, I'm going in the right direction. I'm making progress. This is really, really important to keep the motivation up. Okay? And then maybe you try a couple of these ideas, so that you actually have a good understanding of how to eat better, have a better, more healthy nutrition, and maybe lose weight. First, look for breaks where you don't eat overnight and also during the meals. Second, look at your trigger points. What do you do when something happens? How do you react in a normal way? And how can you change your behavior so that you react differently in the future? Number 3, when you're in a tricky situation and you are likely to have that unhealthy choice, think about what a person would do that feels exactly the opposite of how you feel right now. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. Okay, number 4, visualize not just the goal, but also the path to get there. There will be obstacles, there will be difficulties, there will be situations where you struggle. Just have that in mind and look at possible ways to overcome them. When you already know what you're gonna do, then it will be easy to just move those things out of the way and keep going. And number 5, sleep, regeneration. It's really, really important. Don't underestimate what sleep and what regeneration can do for you with regards to a healthy nutrition and losing weight. So I'm really, really happy that you've been here with me today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video again next week. Bye.